Bank in Rogersville, Tennessee with my partner, John Bearden. We're happy to be here today. We're sitting in the office of the bank in Rogersville, and we're really excited. There's so much going on new and exciting for CIVIS Bank. For many who may not know, we, with an investor group, Tennessee-based investor group, and with some investors from other states around the country, we're able to recapitalize and really bring a new life and a new opportunity to CIVIS Bank, which, as many people know, the community banks are the lifeblood for any community. And so we're just excited to be here. We have been getting to know the community over this, or the bank and the community over the course of this year. We closed the transaction in May, and we've just been working with the team here ever since. And I think our excitement is twofold. We made a commitment to the community, to the state of Tennessee, that we're committed to Rogersville, to the surrounding communities for the long haul. And at the same time, we're technology-focused bankers with a lot of technology-driven investors, and so exciting things are in the works and coming, which we think are just going to be amazing opportunity for the community, for our customers, both present and hopefully many future customers that will take advantage of many services that the big banks have to offer, but we're going to have our local bank still employing those services. So you're going to get the best of both worlds, the mixture of the local community service that we've been doing since 1906, that's not going to stop, combined with the technology offerings of a big bank. So we view that as best of both worlds. John?
Yeah, my name is John Bearden. I'm the Chief Banking Officer at CIVIS, and joined the bank back in June. Known Chris for a number of years, and I've worked with community banks for the better part of 20 years, and seen all different types of business models. Grew up in Nashville, and Tennessee native, and saw an opportunity to join Chris and the team to bring the latest and greatest trends in the industry to the community banking space. And we saw an opportunity to partner with the great folks at CIVIS Bank here in Rogersville and provide them with the strength of new capital and really support the community here through building up CIVIS Bank, giving them the tools that Chris referenced to give the folks here an opportunity to have the best technology through their local community bank. And that's how Chris and I came together. It's going to be a great commitment to this community, as well as what we can do on a national basis through a technology offering that we're working to build.
Can you talk a little bit about, when you say technology offering, what does that mean?
Sure. So take something as simple as opening an account, a checking account, savings account, money market account. Traditionally, that means going to the bank branch, sitting down, filling out paperwork, exchanging driver's license, social security card, and it's a process. Where we're going and where the industry is going is that can be done over your mobile device in a matter of 2 to 3 minutes, right? So that's a simple example. Now take that and expand it to your business, where traditionally if you wanted to take out a loan to help run your business or grow your business, you had to go meet with a banker, exchange financial information, wait, it could be 2 weeks, could be a month to get an answer from your local bank as they run it through their process. We are putting together the best technology, or building the best technology, by partnering with other third parties to provide solutions that moves that process from a 2-week to a month-long process to something that could take as little as 30 minutes to get you an answer to help provide credit to your business to help it grow. So it's really removing a lot of the friction in the business that people have been accustomed to, and they candidly sometimes get used to the fact that we have to go to the bank to do X, Y, and Z. Our whole model is taking the bank to the customer and making their life easier. Everybody's busy, everybody's got kids and business that they have to attend to every day, and we're using technology to go out and serve that customer where they are in the community.
Is that called Banks Without Walls? Is that one of the catchphrases?
Yeah, there are a couple of different terms that are being used out there today to describe this phenomenon, but that's essentially what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's banking as where you are. Embedded banking is another term that we use.
Oh yeah, open banking.
Open banking.
Okay.
And what could be really interesting. So what's really unique and this is for Rogersville, and it will be unique in our model. We're not going to open branches all over the state of Tennessee or anywhere else. We're going to stay true to the community here and have the branch, and so that's where the best of both worlds of the traditional, the ability to walk in, but with the speed and the efficiency and convenience of the different digital solutions. Mm-hmm. And so if you're a small business, you're a merchant, you have all these myriad of services that people are coming to you, and other banks may come in piecemeal. So when we have this fully built, we're going to be able to bring those things kind of from the bank in a seamless manner. So whether it's your payments terminal where you're going to swipe cards, if you have an online store where you also sell goods online, maybe through whatever the retailer is, we have a solution for that too, where we can embed those payments and then have a real seamless connection to the bank. And so then you can go online, you can go on your mobile device and see, hey, here's the activity I have in this is in the future, but in real time. And these are these change businesses, these change people's lives when they're able to do these things. And we've seen the technology, proven over and over. And the problem is when the big banks do this, they still have many silos, and they're larger and bureaucratic that they have to go through. So that's why I say it's the best of both worlds, that we'll be able to bring those offerings that are typically reserved for those larger banks with a smaller community bank feel. And then customers here will get the benefit of us being able to deploy these types of services and technology to other places throughout the country. So we'll have the resources to be able to stay current and to keep up with the latest offerings.
So you'll have the technology to make a Rogersville-based bank a global banking entity. It sounds like
the reach is certainly possible.
It's possible.
Yeah, and what we've seen is that a lot of the fintech companies that are out there in the marketplace that people are starting to get to know, it's purely based on the technology. And what we believe is that the right model is a blend of technology and relationships. So the folks here in Rogersville, or whether it's Nashville or Rogersville, the businesses, the consumers, they still want to know who the people are they're dealing with. And we believe that's paramount. I mean, that's what people are used to with their bank. But we also believe we can equip our bankers. So whether it's Frank or Sarah, Casey, all the great folks in this office, we give them the tools to provide their customers here in Rogersville the best technology that competes with some of the biggest banks in the world. It looks no different than what somebody who's using JP Morgan Chase or Citibank, what they have on their mobile device or on their online banking.
So if you want to sell this to somebody who's a little old-fashioned that is used to doing business with a handshake, what would you say to them?
Well, that's always going to be available to them here in Rogersville, where they can still come in the bank and transact business the way they always have. That said, we hope to be able to provide them with a service that opens their eyes to an easier way of doing things. Not that it's difficult doing it the way people are used to, but I think when they see that whether it's paying bills or making deposits, that they can do that from their own home or wherever they are, or send money to their grandkids. They can do that without having to come into the bank.
So that they can have the handshake and have the at-home
correct
service also.
Well, the analogy, it's an easy, because it's right before our eyes in banking, is the advent of the ATM, right? So it didn't necessarily do away with tellers or that in-person banking. What it did was open up just massive avenues for people, just much more convenient. There are times where we would love for them to come into the bank and spend their whole day, but they can't run their businesses efficiently if that's all they're ever doing. So when ATMs came online, right? So you can be, after all the things that we've just come to take for granted, and people love that. This is just this is not a new thought process. This is just a further
the next
evolution.
generation, I guess.
It's just next generation. And so I could see a thing where people might say, I don't really use an iPad. I'm not all that up on computers. and they come into the office here instead of having to fill out a paper application, which can be confusing and time consuming. It could be our tellers who would be there with an iPad and just helping them fill out, and so they get a digital secure, and if they wanted a paper printout, we can give them a paper printout, but it just provides an extra level of convenience and options for people who might want that. But we can, here in Rogersville, we'll always be able to serve customers.
What is the timeline for all these services to be available?
Well, it's going to be a phased rollout. So we're in the process of developing some of it. Some of it's already built, and we're putting it together. But it will come. Consumers here in Rogersville will start to see the products being released over the next 6 months.
Oh, okay.
And we've been doing this a long time in the industry. Whenever there's a change in control in a bank, there's always a perception that there's going to be major change, and oftentimes that happens, and it's 6 months or a year after a deal occurs. Our situation's a little bit different because we didn't come in with a full bank. We were a group of 4 guys, and so the team here in Rogersville is our team, and they will be a meaningful part of the team going forward. And so one of the reasons we want to sit down with you is just to continue to reiterate our commitment to this market. And part of the reason for that is we don't have a big team in Nashville that's going to take over or shut it down or sell it, or we're here. And this is the team we have, and we will be adding both here and back in Middle Tennessee. But it's important for the folks here in Rogersville to know that this is a unique transaction and partnership that we have with the legacy team that's here. We've been able to bring in new capital and strengthen the institution, and now we're going to be able to equip it with some pretty neat technology tools down the road.
And those will be the change. So
those will be the changes. Yeah.
That'll be the change, as opposed to everyone thinking that all the jobs go away and it gets outsourced to Nashville. That's not the plan. And we've told everybody in the bank, and that's why some of these younger folks are so excited. So there literally is no ceiling for anyone here, because this is our team. We're the team. Like,